This is a crucial point. You don't need to be a hero and get in at this point. You could wait to see if price resumes downwards. Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Jordan and I have another Bitcoin update to share with you today. In yesterday's video, we did look at whether or not this break of $7,500 support was actually a false break or not, and why it is still undecided. We are currently trading just above the breakdown level, and we did note that this appeared to be a possible false break because of the fact that price did not follow through on the break, but rather was just trading gently below it. Something interesting did happen on that break. Bakkt futures hit a new all-time record of 450 contracts. Now each Bakkt contract is 5 physical Bitcoin, which is a total of 2,250 Bitcoin at $7,500 each. That is a total of $16.875 million. So institutional money came in on this break, and what they did was they bought up in record volume on Bakkt. Now that is significant, and you do want to pay attention to the smart money. Let's take a look on how we're going to trade this today. It is also very interesting to note that today is the settlement of the CME Bitcoin futures. Now what tends to happen in the run up to the settlement date, which is the last Friday of each month for the CME Bitcoin futures, is that price tends to fall going into the settlement. And we've seen that happen again this month. Price has definitely been taken down. And then what happens over the weekend is usually price is a little bit undecided. And then the following Monday, price does tend to rise. I'm not saying that's going to happen at all this weekend. Again, past performance, past behavior is not indicative of future results, but we do want to be aware of what has happened in the past and why this happens, why price tends to fall going into the CME future settlement date on the last Friday of the month, whether or not that is actual manipulation or not. That I don't know. That's not for me to answer. I just want to make you aware of what normally happens, and what normally happens is price falls into the settlement date, and then over the weekend is a bit undecided, usually with a rise on Monday. Let's go ahead and pull up the true trend for Bitcoin so we could get a better look. Now on the daily time frame, again, we are still in an uptrend. Right now, almost it seems most of the retail investors are really bearish on Bitcoin. You all know that retail investors tend to be bullish and bearish at the wrong points, and that's okay. They are learning, but right now fear has a lot of people trapped, and actually they are worried that they are going to be setting into panic soon. A lot of people are right now thinking that if Bitcoin takes out actually the $6,000 level, that they will go into full-fledged panic. What is the smart money doing? Well, we saw yesterday, or the day before yesterday, on the break right here, that the smart money was buying Bitcoin. They were buying at what seems to be this support. Although it appeared to have broken, there was no follow through. The trend that as we are following it on the daily time frame is still positive. We have price taking you back into the market right here, as this daily price bar did make a higher high than the previous price bar. Right around where price is trading right now is a good entry if you want to go ahead and buy here. Your risk to reward is fantastic because you can set your stop below right here, the low of this price bar, which had that break of $7,500 support. You could set your stop at the low of this price bar here, which had that break of that $7,500 support. So you have a stop roughly at about $7,290. So your risk is really small, and then you have a position on at a fantastic long-term entry point. This might be a spot where you'd be looking to take a very long-term position at a very good risk to reward. You might also want to take a piece to trade in and out of to get that other piece that you're looking to hold on for a longer period as a free trade. Now, the story doesn't end here. That's just one possible option to play. We have other options to play, because if we do break down to the 12-hour time frame, we see that the trend is down until price gets back above, as we discussed in yesterday's update, $8,000. It is still a very risky entry The thing is that you get to have a very low risk to reward on this trade, but the trend right now of the price of Bitcoin is absolutely trending downwards. And if you're looking to day trade in and out of this, you would be looking for a short trade, not a long trade, right? You have the trend CCI trading down in a negative trend. Price is therefore following negative. You're looking to enter this market short. How you would do that, you're going to pull up the entry CCI here, and you see right now with this entry CCI pulled back against the trend, you have current price momentum up in a downtrend. You're looking for price to resume downwards. And if price takes out the previous low, that's price action taking you back into the trade for an entry. So right now, if you're looking to get short, you do not get short up here, right? Although, looking at this, you do see that the breakout level is being tested right here, right now. Now, listen, you look for confirmation to get you into trade. You don't try to be preemptive into a trade, because what that happens when you try doing that, you're just setting yourself up for further losses. You want to trade when momentum is going your way at the right time. And currently, price right here is trading this resistance. This was support. Once it's broken, it does become resistance. It is now being tested. This is a crucial point. You don't need to be a hero and get in at this point. You could wait to see if price resumes downwards. And then once it starts, you could get into the trade at a safer entry. Vice versa, you don't want to just take a long right here. We're looking for price to come above this $8,000 level to null this breakout, to confirm that it was a false breakout before getting in. Right? Anything above this break right here, this is the bar that broke down. Anything trading back above it, especially within the next few sessions, says that this breakout is null and void, and then you want to get long. Right now, we're in no man's land. No man's land is not where you want to be long or short. You just want to be on the side waiting and watching. Let's break this down for those looking to trade during the day today. As you can see, price is still in a downtrend. If you are looking for this to come above, again, we have picked out the $8,000 price level as when the breakout would become null. You're going to see right here at around that same exact price, the true trend is going to turn positive. That will be your confirmation. You have two things to look for: the true trend turning positive, as well as that $8,000 level if you are getting long. And if you do get long, you're looking here to make this, right? You have the stop down here, you're getting long up here. You want to set your position accordingly, probably risking 1 or 2%. And then you want to go ahead and probably keep that as a long-term trade. If you are looking to day trade this, you are then now looking on the 12-hour time frame, you're looking for price to resume down lower. I hope that's helpful. Really interesting stuff. You could see that the smart money definitely came in on this break right here, and they actually bought it. That tells you something. I know that a lot of traders they're very fearful right now. They're on the verge of panic. And the thing is that if you look, and it's really important to look at the bigger picture, if you understand what has happened in Bitcoin, if you view it in a 4-year cycle per the halvings, you know that what happens, we are 7 months into the next halving of May of 2020. And what has happened in the previous 2 cycles, and we only have 2 cycles to go off of, but that is still 2 cycles to go off of. What has happened 7 months to the halving is price has stabilized, and it has actually drifted slowly upwards into the halving. I have a price target of $11,400 at the halving. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Now, what I did, I took the highest price point right here, and then I have the low right here. I looked at on-chain transactions, and for the previous 2 cycles, if you were to take the highest price point and then the lowest price point here, and you average them, which you come to $11,400, that is exactly on the previous 2 halvings where price has been as we entered the halving. So I do expect in May of 2020 for price to be trading at 11,400. I do expect for price to slowly rise, which has happened in the past 2 previous 4-year cycles, until it trades somewhere around $11,400 going into the third halving in May. This is an accumulation period. We are trading at the bottom of the range right here. Absolutely, people are definitely fearful. You want to buy when people are fearful. You want to sell when people are euphoric. So, and people were euphoric up here, right? People were thinking when Bitcoin was up here, trading at almost $14,000, that, wow, we were going to take out that $20,000 high or test it soon. So we don't know what's going to happen. We only want to trade what is happening. Today we've looked at what is happening and whether or not we end up coming in May at $11,400 or not. I have no idea. If we do, that has more or less confirmed my theory on where price will be at a given time. But I do think that it is wise to look at the past price behavior of past cycles. And in Bitcoin, you have to look at 4-year cycles because that's how the halving period is structured, and go ahead and use that as a guide. Do not be scared. Do not be fearful. Right now, Bitcoin is still up over 100% since the beginning of the year. Granted, it is down almost or about 50% since June when it hit this high over here. But you're talking about an asset, a new asset that is full of price discovery. These large moves are not abnormal for Bitcoin. Stay focused, stay centered, trade what is happening, focus on your plan, and that's it. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. I will talk to you soon.